Now entering Nerdist.com.
Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show.
Yeah. Fake candle.
They made it romantic.
Yeah.
With a candle.
Oh, my God. People showed up.
People, hello.
This is exciting.
I think we have a quorum, you guys. How's it going?
I feel I should apologize. This will be very disappointing. I can't imagine anything more boring than watching two people talk on a stage.
And they don't even know.
It's nice when you're overhearing it, like
Well,
in
let's
a park.
get Kyle up here so he can at least laugh.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hey, Kyle,
pressure
why
is
don't you
off you.
Come sit on the... Yeah, then you guys don't have to worry about it. It's Kyle Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
He gets
Now,
the couch.
do it like normal. Just be online and ignore us, and then we'll look to you for a laugh.
Until you
and
are
be
surprised into
rejected.
laughing. Yes. And here, I'm going to... Can I have one of those pens?
Get a lot of water.
Yeah. A lot of water, just
Oops.
in case.
All I have is this red pen.
All right, well, we will share. Okay. Hey.
Hi.
How's it?
I'm not used to this.
No.
We usually do this
is
in
the
a very
first one.
dark little room.
Right,
And
where
to be
there's
in a
mold.
large
Yeah.
room. People are taking drink orders. Yes.
It's just like our act.
I know. All right. Well.
All right. Did you go up last week? Did you?
I did.
Hey, did you? I came early and tried to get a set.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm going to do the open mic afterwards.
Oh, good. Good
Yeah,
for
they don't
you.
have. Yeah. Well, this is the only show tonight, so I was like, I tried to. There's a 7:30 over at the Yoo-Hoo Room, but it's
Yeah.
a Vine Star, and even the kid working over there was like, "Yeah, I know it's over." And, but he's a Vine star, so maybe he'll be an Instagram star now. So
Yeah.
it's a lateral move.
Yeah. So Vine is in the Yoo-Hoo now. I think
Yeah.
Vine would have been in the main room about a month ago or about a year ago, right?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it'd be funny if he had 60 people in there, because we do not.
I wouldn't describe that as funny. I would describe it as heartbreaking. Let's see. I went. I had a set at the Improv on Saturday. Brian Posehn had a show.
Oh, and you got
And-
to work with him?
What?
And you got to...
Yeah.
nice.
Like it was a Brian Posehn and Friends. You
Yeah,
know how
yeah.
they do it at
Are
the
you
Improv.
friends with Brian Posehn?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
We started together in San Francisco.
Well, that
I've known
makes
him
sense.
for a long time.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a San Francisco guy.
Yeah. And I don't hang out with him all the time.
Right.
But I don't
like
hang
you're
out.
not the godmother
I don't even
of his
hang out
child.
with my child. No, huh?
No. And I wish you were.
And so he had a joke up front about old women in bangly bracelets, and I was wearing these, and so I took them off for my set because I wanted to
couldn't
look as
face
young
it.
as possible. But it was cool. Brendan Small was there, and
Sure.
I assumed he was Brendan Walsh. That was an awkward conversation.
I constantly call him Brendan something else.
Well, you know
It's
what? God
it's-
damn it, we have to figure this out.
I know.
Because
It's not our fault.
he's
Everyone's
so
named
used
Brendan.
to it that
Yeah.
what? But
Everyone's-
there's a lot of people. I can keep all my Joshes separate. Why can't I do
true.
that with Brendan's?
That is true.
Yeah, if I can think about that shit.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how. Yeah. So that was, and he's so used to it that it didn't even shock him. I was like, oh, I'm another asshole that confused him with Brendan Walsh. I felt bad.
Yeah, I think I had a different Brendan entirely.
Yeah.
Also gone. I did a show at UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And
Was it officially a college show or was it nearby?
no, it was officially on campus.
It was like a
lot of
NACA gig?
skateboards. What?
And was it a NACA gig?
I did not get it through NACA, but I will not get paid for 2 weeks. Does that count?
Yes. That's like a NACA gig.
It's exactly like a NACA gig where I had to fill out a W-9 and then go through paperwork. And the kid who ran it was like, if you don't get a check by mid-March,
Oh, my
ping
God.
me. And I was like, I will.
You'll drive up and see him.
Exactly. I've done. You ever do that? I used
What?
to do that with Tom Hansen. He'd be saying, "Oh, I'll put it in the mail." Remember the one-nighter guys?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'll put it in the mail," and I was like, "You know what? I can drive out to Ham Lake, Minnesota, for that $75 check."
And you were living in LA at the time. That's how.
That is the weirdest part. And Yeah. So, but there were five young guys who went up before me, and they had all been doing stand up somewhere between 6 months and I think the MC longest. But like it felt, I did not. You know, a couple of them told me it had been like their third or fourth time on stage.
Yeah.
But most of them, it felt like they were somewhere between like 3 to 5 years, and
Yeah.
maybe the MC was like 6, 7 years in, and every single one of these guys had a joke about feminism because they were performing for college women and
Yeah.
college, and it was like, feminism is great, women are great, women deserve all this, you know, women deserve these things. And then there was a pause.
Yeah.
And like 3 of them waited until there was an applause. And then the jokes, and then every single one of them had some weird fucking joke like, and feminists look great on my dick, or bitches, man, or, I mean, it was like some weird, like...
Something that would reveal that they actually weren't feminists.
But
Well,
you know
that's
what,
called the old switcheroo, Jackie.
it actually felt like those guys that buy guitars to play at parties.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they don't like music. It just means that they're also trying to get laid.
Yeah, sure.
So I think that they might be feminists, but they're also trying to get laid. And they were like 20 years old. So I kind of... And every single one of them, by the way, had a funny joke.
No comic should be seeing their first 5 years of comedy. You
so
know,
sad.
You need to
You
should be able to
do.
do that in private.
Turn it
and
off.
Not have anyone record it.
Exactly.
And be able to disavow it. But what a segue into our
into
our
that?
topic. We were
Big reveal today, you guys.
well. You're having lunch. You're having
I'm
brunch
having
tomorrow
brunch
with
tomorrow.
Jamie Kilstein, right?
I am having brunch tomorrow. He just moved here. And so
Yeah.
he pinged me 2 to 3 days ago, and I was like, hey, comedy brunch on Tuesdays if you're willing to drive to the Valley. And he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then today, his ex-wife posted this thing about how the reason they stopped doing hippie
Marriage
comedy,
together.
yeah, marriage and whatever hippie
And-
radio show
and
that
they have
had.
like a super liberal radio show, right?
Yeah, because he's an angry vegan, and I mean, I know nice vegans. Do we all know Mike Kaplan? Perfectly nice vegan.
Yeah.
Matt Kirshen, vegan,
Yeah.
pretty sure, or at least vegetarian. These are nice, tiny men,
I bet at least one of the.
tiny, very fit men.
Oh, I almost stepped on your laugh. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I.
And I didn't mean it to be funny. I was just, I think, being a dick.
You're just being an asshole.
Yes, and I think that is revealed again.
But so, do you have it pulled up? What she wrote?
Oh yeah. She wrote. This is okay. So what was the name of their show?
Citizen 4 Radio or something like that.
Boo.
He.
It's always so that sort of earnestness wears me out.
Oh my God.
It's just. I mean, whatever. March already, but Jesus Christ, let there be a punchline. Allison Kilkenny writes, "Dear Diary." No, dear Facebook.
Is Allison a friend of yours? I like Allison.
I've met Allison. I've met them both. Here's the thing. I worked
like
with
both
Jamie.
of them. I mean, I like Jamie less now. But
Right. Well, yeah. This will put a damper. But I met him in Aspen, where we were both doing like a New Year's Eve or a comedy festival, but it wasn't the HBO one. It was only like 4 or 5 years ago. And he yelled at the richest, whitest people in the world for 20 minutes and ate it, and then yelled at them because they were like. And he said, "Oh, you guys don't get the jokes." And they're like, "No, we all went to Yale, and we get the jokes." And then Augie Smith followed him and fucking destroyed. Also making fun of how rich and white they were. So, I mean, it could be done. It just
your
wasn't
goal
being
has to
done.
be comedy first, make a point second.
It's true.
And when you flip it, then you're in trouble.
There is trouble. It's see the first 15 minutes of my new album. Okay, so Allison Kilkenny, punchline still being written. Okay, about Jamie's departure from Citizen Radio. Recently, some disturbing allegations have been brought to my attention entailing several women who have accused Jamie of being manipulative, emotionally abusive, and predatory in his behavior.
Is he a club owner? Come on, folks. Come on, folks.
Ooh, this is like Mystery Science Theater 3000. You're going to riff. There had been murmurs of this in the past, mostly from her. She was married to him. Anyway,
but that's
understandably, women wish to remain anonymous. I was never able to learn the full scope of what happened until very recently, a couple days ago. I want to be careful with what I say here because I don't want to reveal anyone's identity until they're ready to speak publicly. But one of the victims was someone who worked for the show.
But get to the last line. Just
I'm so sorry for letting everyone down.
yeah.
anyone down. I'm so sorry
She
for letting
wrote
anyone
about
down.
her ex's behavior.
Right, without making this about me, I want you all to know I'm furious, crushed, and horrified by all this. I always believe Citizen Radio is a genuinely safe space, and I'm trying to make it that way again. I'm so sorry for letting anyone down. Boo.
Yeah. Well, I never trust guys who claim to be feminists.
Well,
You know,
not if they're waving a flag.
even if they, you know what, just be good, and I'll fucking notice. I'll figure it out. If you're not a dick,
It is true.
it will become quite clear to me.
Right. I mean,
You
it is.
keep telling me you're a feminist.
Yeah, wearing a T-shirt that says "feminist." Have you ever seen those guys? I have a couple of friends who do that. And the thing is they aren't bad guys, you know.
No, but as you
and
said, they're trying to get laid.
Sometimes they're trying to get laid, and sometimes they're just, you know. I mean, and it's vaguely lame.
Yeah.
And if they're not trying to get laid, they're just vaguely lame. But also wearing safety pins is vaguely lame. But I mean, the thing is it also, you're like, oh, well, hopefully that guy means he's not going to grab my pussy as I walk by. So, and that's true of Jamie Kilstein. I don't think he's that guy. It sounds like he's
I don't know.
just
The word predatory.
right, but manipulative and emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
That sounds like their marriage. And it sounds like, it
I
sounds
wouldn't know.
like
I'm
their
not married. I guess
relationship.
if that's what it's like.
Aw, boo. She's slamming my fella. He's a good egg.
Not your fella, your marriage. Different thing.
I think marriage in general. So, I mean, but the hack premise is that marriage is like that. And so it's.
Did you just call me a hack?
Yeah, out
You
loud.
fucking subtweeted.
Did you just tell me that my marriage was emotionally abusive? Yeah. Did you want to take this to town? Let's
Oh my
go.
God, we can never do a live podcast again. We've never come this close to fisticuffs.
Do you see the violence? And, no, what I'm saying is that, I mean, the thing about Jamie Kilstein, I don't know him very well, and tomorrow I'm having breakfast with him. So I guess what I'll say is, what the fuck, man? And, which is my subtle way of asking what's going to happen now.
Two women on Facebook who, when I just Googled him on Facebook, said that he had done this stuff to them.
To them.
Yeah.
And
I
did they have
don't think
specifics?
I know
or?
those two, but I mean, I always believe the woman, and
why?
when it's comic v. heckler, I always believe the comic.
Right, because we don't live in the crucible, and what the fuck?
I don't know what that means.
went
Thank
to
you for
8th grade.
lording your
Come on.
education over me.
Yes, me and my crazy high school education from the 80s.
I didn't read that one, or I didn't see it. I know it's a play. That's pretty good. I figured that out soon enough.
The other day,
Arthur Miller, whose daughter's married to Daniel Day-Lewis. See, I know shit.
Did you know that Daniel Day-Lewis's dad, Daniel Dad Lewis,
Oh man,
which is a Mike Kaplan joke. That's a Mike Kaplan joke. Daniel
First
Dad
of all,
Lewis.
you did a joke and it wasn't even yours, and I'm the hack. You should be ashamed of yourself for
Podcast is-
shoehorning that in.
I always thought that this was a safe space.
Way to end the conversation. How much time do we have? Oh, we've only done 15. Oh my God.
You wish it was
awful.
15. I think we started 5 late.
You're right. Oh man. All right. And everyone's eating.
Yep. It's a restaurant.
I know.
Is anyone particularly enjoying their food? This place has better food than it has to.
Don't make people talk while they're eating. That is disgusting.
Well, I can see them nod.
Okay.
I have my eyes attached to my. Here's the other sexism I heard.
Yeah.
I heard this story, and it's going to be one of these situations where I'm going to show her a name on the piece of paper. You guys, those of you who are yes. Supposedly, this guy asked this woman comic when she was coming on a show.
Yeah.
So are you still hot?
Let me see. Who are you talking about?
This happened.
Oh, really?
Yes, because she's in her 40s. Heaven
She is still
forfend.
hot, though. I mean,
she
the-
is still
the
hot,
answer
and he's
is-
still a maroon.
I didn't know he had a show.
They were on a show together.
Oh,
It was on that new.
It's on Byron Allen.
It's the new Byron Allen, which by
It
the
wasn't
way,
Byron Allen. It was a fellow.
It was
guest.
not Byron Allen. It was a guest.
It was a fellow guest who is a natural disaster, right?
Wow.
That's how you would describe
Why don't
his
we
name?
just pass it around? Everybody just want to see who I'm talking about. Third paragraph, you guys. Just keep it moving down. There you go. And so here's finally the reason you've come to the show.
The comedian Tornado.
What I heard about that new Byron Allen show, though, is
What
that
is
it pays $5,000.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, but you
talk.
still
Tell
have
me
to
more.
talk to Byron Allen.
Wait, is it like his old show?
Yeah, it's kind of like his old show, but
You just
different.
do old material?
Yeah, you just he sets up
How much
something.
material? Why is he paying $5,000?
Because remember, he got sued for residuals from the other one, and so he had to pay a bunch of back.
Yeah, but that's
so
not
this
the same
one's
as
a buyout. This is a bigger buyout, so he can get the bigger names.
Oh, I see.
That's what
why
I
we're
heard.
never going to get the call.
Right, I'm never going to get on. It was. I was told by a more successful friend of mine, and I have so many of them. I'm sitting with one, and who was like, "Oh, you should talk to the same guy books it," and I was like, "Yeah, he's not gonna. He's gonna run through the A, B, and C list
5,000.
first.
I bet not everyone gets 5,000.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
But now we have a quote.
Now we know
We know
what the-
somebody's quote.
Yeah, exactly. And as soon as that makes it back over here, that'd be great. That piece of paper, because I think I had. So I did a long set the other night, and I didn't write a set list.
Not smart.
Nope, not smart.
Did you forget stuff?
No, it's just what I realized in the middle of my set is that I have too much material now, you guys. The vault is too large. I'm wandering around like it's a haunted mansion in the middle of my set going, I wonder what I'm going to talk about
Well,
next.
sometimes not everything in the vault is gold.
Right.
Right?
Amen.
It can be,
And
be put out on the sidewalk.
Are you talking? I haven't bought storage. No, nothing on that. Okay, fair enough.
I was quiet. I allowed them the opportunity. Don't blame me on that one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So what? Yeah, and then I'm working on a bunch of other new stuff, and none of it's good yet. So, what are you going to do?
I haven't written.
I'm going to do
anything
open
new.
mic after this. That's what I'm going to do.
That's good.
Yeah.
I haven't written anything new. I have. I'm still. Yeah, I just did like maintenance sets.
Working on Where You Should Breathe.
A new premise that I'm liking, but I haven't had enough sets to try it. I just did 3 last week, and one of them was a Saturday night at the Improv, so I was sort of on the straight and narrow.
Right,
you know,
just
I
trying to
wanted
do
to do
your job.
really well.
Yeah, I did. I actually have a new set that I have an idea for Conan for a late night.
Yeah,
To
cool.
send out. So I just have to tape it now and send it to anyone who might care.
What are you laughing at? Something on the internet?
Kyle's laughing.
You saying cool to when she's got a new Conan set idea. You can feel how competitive you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now who's competitive?
You're the one
Now
that
who's possibly
Someone said
successful.
we have 24 people here, and she immediately scowled and said, "I had 22 for the live Dork Forest." Like, oh God.
22 was that was a couple of years ago. That was the numbers. I could do 22 people
You
in
remember
any
that
city.
from a couple of years ago?
Oh, yeah, Dork Forest is in my brain. It's on fire. I've been not making money at the Dork Forest longer than almost anything.
Why can't you and I make money?
Yeah, it's so sad. Us at our poor check-to-check
No, but I mean,
lives.
I'm talking about podcast stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
Other people are making a living at it.
Are they? Well,
think
just
so.
Pardo, right?
Yeah, Nick DiPaolo makes good money. Right?
Okay.
Greg Fitzsimmons. They all have these. They have like 5 minutes of ads up front.
Right.
Right.
Well,
What do
there's
we
that.
have?
We could probably Adam and Steve. Don't they advertise?
No.
Okay.
It's, no one's approached us.
What?
Why? We have up to 24 listeners. Why haven't we been approached by Foursquare and
we have 6,000
Mail.com?
comics and comedy nerds. None of those people have any money. So, and essentially, it's not Joe Rogan's, factory workers.
I might need the income. There's potentially a writer's strike.
Oh, really?
On the horizon.
There's potentially a nuclear war on the horizon. So,
Wow, way to minimize my pain and fear. You're the worst person to talk to ever.
well, I'm just trying to put it in perspective. There might be a strike, really?
Oh, don't try to feign interest now. You don't care.
I'll feign interest whatever I want.
I have no other income.
Well, that's true. You could do the road. I heard
that pays great.
Did I tell you that last week I got I got 2 emails from people asking me why you hadn't replied to their emails to book you.
Really?
Yes. Hello, Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin's manager, personal appearance agent.
Well, maybe they have the wrong email address. I had to change it from Laurie at Kilmartin to any Laurie 16.
Right. Well, I just tell people it's AnnieLaurie16 at
Thank you.
Gmail anyway.
All right.
So feel free
it
to
for
email
that-
her directly. And it was a quality gig.
I think I know the gig you're talking about.
Sure.
I did get in touch with. Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you could answer your email, that'd be great. Because people are like worried about you and Bamford. Hey, I lost Bamford's email. Could you call her for me? No. Why don't you call her mom? I think she's in the book. And
But the last strike, I think, went like 3 months.
Yeah,
it was
went
in
a long time.
2006, and that's when reality shows got really popular because you don't have to pay writers. You know,
and now look what happened.
And now look what happened.
Yeah.
But now it's like I think late night and like any sort of daily show like Ellen or whatever, all of those writers would be affected the least in terms of getting more money because
Okay.
it's all about content on the internet.
oh, right, because
and our
everybody
stuff
signed
used-
away internet
Yeah,
content
yeah.
20 years ago.
So it's more for screenwriters and scripted people, but we'll actually be the ones without the income.
Right, you'll have to march, and someone will have to care.
Yeah.
Did you get that thing?
Oh my God! Did you, I heard that.
Oh, did I
Don't
say
just
that last
immediately
part out loud?
change the subject.
Did you get the thing we were supposed to march about video game writers? Did you get that email?
No, from who?
From SAG. They said, please march, SAG-AFTRA, please march against there's video game writers
Yeah.
who need more money. And I was like, okay, I'm on the road that week. I can't.
You are without compassion.
I have all kinds of empathy. Well,
Did you ever?
I love that silence.
You weren't part of the
Before this podcast, I was considered super nice, by the way. Everyone thought I was great before this podcast. Everyone
I
thought
did
was-
too. I did too. That's the word. That was the word on you, and now I know
Right,
different.
and then now you know different. We were all set up.
There was a strike in New York, like 2009. Wait, 2005-ish, 2006, or a threatened strike, and because the comics were getting $50 a spot on the weekends, and they were making, and that was it had been-
stand-up strike.
Yeah, stand-up strike, and it had been that rate since like the 70s. So they ended up getting more money for the comics. Get
Yeah,
more
that
money
was great.
now.
That actually worked.
It
right?
did work, but it doesn't work for like features, road features. Now they're still making like $500
Or here
less
in
a
Los
week.
Angeles.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no
there's
money.
no money here.
There's no money
Yeah.
here. But that was so great that everybody kind of piled up in New York and really did it.
Yeah,
Because it made I think it made a serious difference.
it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. On your weekend.
Yeah, but everyone's still getting the same feature money that they've always gotten. And, gas,
Yeah.
of course, has stayed the same since 1972.
All right, I'm going to cross out writer strike as a topic.
Hey, could I get my notes back from somebody?
And sorry, Jamie Kielstein, I'm crossing you out. We've discussed you.
Well, I don't know how to bring it. I mean, I'm just going to
What
have to
else?
ask him tomorrow and just go, what the heck?
Oh yeah.
When this drops, I think when this drops, I'm headlining Flappers that weekend, and then you're headlining the weekend after.
Yeah, it's because they're doing a lot of female comics because it's March.
Because it'll be March, Women's March.
Why do male comics even work in March? That's how. Honestly, it should be wall to wall women in every single club.
Someone stole my notes. That's it. Oh, you're almost done? Oh, fair enough. Why don't you write a question or a topic? Because TikTok, we don't have anything. I think we're at 12 minutes here. What have you always wondered about comedy?
What if we run our course as a podcast? Because haven't we told each other all of our stories?
I don't know. We could.
I mean, you were a blackout drunk for most of your good ones, so you don't know them.
Sure, but we could talk about where I woke up. Who doesn't want to hear that? And we could ask why you weren't. That's the real question.
I know.
That's what Thoreau would say.
I want to Justin Theroux, Jennifer Aniston's husband.
Oh, did you watch the program last night? The Oscars.
The Oscars.
I didn't.
A little bit. I have a rabbit ears or an
bunny
antenna
ears,
for
yeah.
my network television viewing needs, and it didn't work.
Well, I'll tell you this: I was doing a set at UCB Sunset for Kara Klink.
Yeah.
Kara Klink, and so it came up. They announced the wrong movie as best movie, of course, right? Warren Beatty made Faye Dunaway do it, and it was La La Land, and so who was it? Nick Thune shows up, and they're all talking about how it's a travesty and it's the worst. And then all of a sudden, Nick gets a text with a video from his wife saying, "Oh my God, they made a mistake. It was Moonlight." And so he watched it, and I witnessed essentially what then happened on Twitter for the next 24 hours, and will for the next 30 days, is him write the Hillary joke. He wrote the Hillary joke in the moment, and got to go on stage and do it.
Oh, nice.
Before anyone saw it on Twitter. So good for him.
Someone's got to do it first.
Yeah. It was, but it was, I mean, he wouldn't have done it if he would have just been sitting at home, because 13 people would have done it ahead of him in Twitter.
What a moment of victory for Nick Thune.
It was a victorious moment for Nick Thune. Nick Thune took a lap. No, he was unmoved.
Yeah.
But I noticed it because I thought it was kind of interesting.
I don't
I'm
like
alone.
being angled
I get
when
that.
I talk to you like this either.
All right, well.
You just moved back. Why?
It's listing this way and it's going to fall.
Oh, Tippy.
All right, Mom.
Tippy. All right.
But you just moved back, so that I still have to angle
shit.
myself.
All right, there we go.
There's your paper.
Thank you. Oh, there's my paper, you guys. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, you're gonna love this. This is the best question ever. You've been waiting for this question for the entire year that we've been doing this show. What sort of activities would a Jackie and Laurie slumber party consist of?
Oh my God.
Jamie, are you here?
Well, we'd have a seance, of course. Light as a feather, stiff as a board, hands underneath somebody. We
Pillow
do a Ouija
fight,
board,
just
pillow
in our
fight,
bras.
TP. We TP at the opposing comedy club across
Right.
town. We're at Flapper, so we TP the Ha Ha Cafe. And then
I'll do that
slam book.
now. I'll do
Did
that
you ever do
now.
a slam book? I read about. I had a slumber party and I read about a slam book and I was like, oh, I should have one. I think I read about a Judy Blume book where you write about the person and then everyone
that
passes
you
it
don't
around. It's
like?
like an anonymous yearbook, and but it was
It's like you slam
terrible
somebody?
idea. People were
What a
crying.
fucking mean thing to do. Holy
I
shit.
know.
There was a reason I
did it.
wasn't invited to slumber parties. I was alone a lot as a child.
Yeah.
Did you go to a lot of slumber parties when you were a youth?
No, but
Okay.
the
Not even the swimmers? You'd all get together?
with our child molesting coach. Yeah, those
Right,
were
not
awkward.
with him.
Yeah.
Not with, but with each other, maybe.
We'd have parties like when we had away meets, of course. The girl behind me, who lived behind me, her birthday was the day after mine.
Oh, okay.
So we'd have a combo party. I've never been more bored during a conversation. I almost passed out while I was speaking. I was so uninterested in what was coming out of my mouth.
Do you know that our birthdays are 4 days apart? We could have a slumber party this very year.
Oh my God. That would be fun. With your crazy kitchen floor with its yellow
with the
diamonds.
It's the Lucky Charms of floors. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. And then we bought a new. I'm boring myself. I bought a new coffee table, you guys. A pretty sweet coffee table that is adjustable. It's low like a coffee table, and then get this: it ramps up and then unfolds and turns into a gaming table. Or dining room table, you would prefer. But gaming table for the rest of us who want to play some board games. Yeah.
I think that's sweet. I think
It is sweet.
I love your attempt at having a life. I think it's adorable.
Whenever I call Andy sweet, he's like, and dangerous. So I would like, whenever my life is called sweet, I'd like it also to be called dangerous. So.
I'm working on my book nonstop.
Oh,
And,
really? You should
because
you
I'm
should be
editing.
close.
I'm losing words left and right.
Oh my God, are you down to 33,000? What's happening?
I'm back down to the high 31s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, I took out a lot of dead wood, which is good.
You know what? I say better good book, not long, than long shitty book.
Yes, and thank you.
Right.
I
mean, I'm reading.
But
all
the
kinds
title of my book is Long Shitty Book, so I actually need to be adding words to it.
That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Maybe you could just stick a paragraph in the middle.
But I've noticed that writing in the second person is a little dangerous, where you use you know. And I've noticed that when you're writing something and it's deliberately over the top, supposed to be funny, you is okay. But when you're actually writing about your own feelings, but saying you will feel or you'll do this, as a reader, when I read it, I'm like, I don't feel like that. Fuck you. I didn't do that. And so I'm like fighting with my own text. And so I wrote what I think are a lot of scratch chapters that I need to rewrite in a different, or just take some of the use. I'm trying to de-you my text.
Oh, really? So
that makes sense.
Are you doing more first person or?
Yeah, or just, I don't know all the grammatical terms, but I just know how it feels when I read it, if it bothers me or if I'm getting it's too rambly,
I still want you to read it out loud. I think it would be good if you read it out loud. You hear the jokes better.
Right.
And that's how I fix punctuation problems. I read everything out loud because I can hear the punctuation problems.
Yeah.
And did you know, speaking of pronouns, it's a fascinating story, just because we have time, that gender fluid people like to be referred to as they and them.
Yeah.
That's confusing to me.
It is confusing.
Right. It feels like a multiple personality thing, too.
I just became clear on trans man versus trans woman.
Okay.
Right? I wasn't sure which described which. But now I know trans woman was born with male genitalia and trans man was born with female
results.
genitalia.
Trans results.
Yes.
That's it. You're like, aha, I'm actually that. And then cis means you're sticking with original equipment.
Yes.
Okay.
And expectations.
And expectations of society and
based on your wardrobe.
And please keep your wardrobe appropriate, I guess, is what somebody gives a shit about that I don't.
I bought a watch so I could look at the.
What I think is interesting is you bought a digital watch, like some sort of, I don't know, 12-year-old boy from '92. What's happening there? What kind of watch is that? Is it nice?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah,
because
please. We got time.
This is a Casio. And this is what I started with in the business. Was I started with the Casio.
Yep.
I would hit the old stopwatch.
Yep.
And I would just discreetly look at it, and I could track my jokes, how fast I was going, if I need to slow down a little bit.
Sure.
Get the 45, bow, good night. Whatever. It was nice. I didn't have to do any math. Go, I got on at 8:07 plus 45 is 7 and 45 is 52, and then you forget in the middle of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so I went back to digital, yes.
That's great. Here's, fine, whatever. Let me tell my story.
You didn't even listen to me. You're just waiting for me to shut up so you can tell your fascinating watch story.
No, what it reminded me of is because, when you're doing the long set, you do get lost and you wonder where the hell you are time-wise. And I used to have a joke where I actually got to look at my watch.
I had one too. Yeah.
It was an old trick, you guys. An old comedy trick from the day when people used to wear watches.
You don't want the audience to know you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Right. The Catch a Rising Star in Jersey had a very strict policy. You can't look at your watch.
No, seriously?
Yeah, she was lost her mind. She was out of her damn mind. It was in that Hilton in Princeton, outside of Princeton. It was absolutely no people who went to Princeton came to that Catch a Rising Star.
Right.
That was four-walling it in a Hilton outside of Princeton. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, really smart crowd. Might have been the water. So because it was townies. And she was like, she said, you can't look at your watch. And I said, well, I have a watch joke. I have a joke where I look at my watch and tap it. And she's like, no. And she said, you have to look at the watch in the back of the room. And so when I was on stage, I was like, yeah, that isn't lit. It was a moon-faced clock, right? It wasn't like a digital clock in the background. Mm-hmm. That's been the greatest invention for some reason.
There's a digital back there, but I still have to do math when I get up on stage, right? Yeah,
right, but that's not the end of the world. It's
well, you're quite the arbiter on what the end of the world is or not, aren't you? If I go on strike, that's not the end of the world. If I can't do math, the world's math in the middle of my show is not the end of the world.
Tick-tock. World's ending anyway as I tap my watch. Come on, we're 36 in. And so it's, I think, no, I do. But
you just looked at your paper and turned it over.
I turned it over.
You and I are both blank pages now.
Yeah, this is it. This is what's left. It's I'm looking forward to going on the road because I have been home for 5 weeks, and now I'm ready to go make some money again because I've been staring.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm doing the Nerd Cruise.
Yeah,
Nerd Cruise will be fun with Aparna and Cherla.
that's cool. I was so excited when last Wednesday was the last time I would hear about this nerd cruise.
Nope.
But you haven't gone on it yet. Again,
2 more episodes
Oh
of
my
this
God.
thing. 2 more episodes of this of me talking about the Nerd Cruise, and then
Okay.
the glorious stories of me from the Nerd Cruise.
Oh my God.
Hey, we haven't done Comic of the Week. Remember
No.
we were going to do Comic of the Week?
Yes.
Beth Stelling.
Yay, Beth Stelling.
Beth Stelling, right?
Yeah, I couldn't believe we hadn't done her yet.
Right, I know. We've mentioned her.
Yes.
And Funny in a Row, my
Very
favorite kind of
funny.
comedy.
Yeah, she's from Chicago. Mm-hmm. Yep. She did
She got
come in
a
couple times.
Netflix. She's taping a Netflix special this week.
Cool.
And may not need the bump. May not need the Jackie and Laurie bump.
I mean, cool. I thought. Did you?
Time I believed it.
Thank you. So you can tell when I'm happy for some comics and not happy for Jackie.
What's going to happen?
We need a new recording engineer. There's a lot of female comics who have stuff out though.
Yeah, there's
Gina
plenty.
Yeshere.
Yeah.
And has something on CISO.
Oh, cool.
Jen
British
Kirkman. Yes, Jen Kirkman and Christella Alonso have their specials on Netflix.
Right.
Beth what's hers and is also on Netflix.
Netflix as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think there's more, but
I thought Bonnie McFarlane had one. Doesn't she have a new one out?
maybe she will.
HBO or Showtime or?
Not HBO,
know.
I don't think.
Not
I don't think
HBO?
Showtime's doing specials right now. I think it's.
I'm out of the loop. That'll happen.
Oh man, we just. This is as close as I've ever gotten to drunk Jackie. You looked so sad and lonely. Yep, I'm out
I
of
was
the
a
loop.
happy drunk, you guys.
That
That's of
should have
course
been
why I
accompanied
stopped.
by a shot.
Shot of ayahuasca. It's yeah. So you're going to go do ayahuasca one day. Is that what I'm
Monday.
hearing?
Yeah.
Is you want your mind blown? What is that? What it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it'll jumpstart something.
It's supposed to blow your Mike Kaplan today on the Dork Forest, you guys. Is on the next episode of the Dork Forest is talking about ayahuasca, and I was drawn to it because it sounds like a great way to check out for 4 hours, and I'm a huge fan of that.
I'm afraid I might lose custody of my child. Or I'm hoping I'll lose custody of my child.
But who would step in and take custody? That is the real problem. You're like, oh shit, and so.
Oh, I know who would. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Your mom. How is your mom?
She's fine. She wanted to know what time I'll be back tonight.
Well, of course she did. She has to look through all the cupboards. Like I don't know. It's,
I don't know what that means either. But it got a laugh. Never question a laugh. Do not dive deep on a laugh you weren't expecting.
I picture her like a cat at home alone, sometimes just looking in different, just like sitting on surfaces that she's not allowed to
I
sit
wish,
on.
because then she would walk out of the house every once in a while.
Oh no, there's no cat door.
She's more like a legless dog who won't even brush her matted hair.
She loves to be brushed. She loves to be brushed. Go home and brush your mom. So
She told me that she felt like I was turning my son against her because I make a lot of jokes about her. So I'm trying to.
no, I think that she lives with him, and
Yeah.
it's going to be real hard for him not to go. What the hell is happening here? It's I know that
neat
you
though.
love me, but
she is a good grandma, and I know like her dad was a nightmare as a father,
Right.
But he was a great grandpa. That
really?
that frequently happens when they're overbearing or neglectful as a parent. They really bring it as a grandparent.
they get it together.
Yeah.
47 years later.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Still doesn't count. I want you to. Yeah, whenever I think about like shitty parents and stuff, I always think, yeah, they did not come from positive. I mean, when I think of my mother, my dead mother,
Yeah.
who died when I was little.
Hold on, my heart is going to break for a second
Plink,
because you say it so
plink,
easily.
plink.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just like Batman, and so.
How is that like Batman?
Well, I'm not like Batman because I fucking got over it. Anyway, so.
Oh shit! You just threw down to Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my
Guess who's having
God.
breakfast with Batman tomorrow? Yeah. That'll show him. Anyway. But her parents were also, and her siblings, they were all a mess. They were all a mess, and they all, you know, some of them turned out okay, but most of them ended up dying in like their 30s and 40s.
Jesus.
So I think that it was.
Wait, your mom was Irish, right?
Yeah, Irish Catholic.
Was it what was the Irishness of them?
Could have been. It might have been the humanity. You know how like all humans are fucked.
Yes.
You know,
Are you trying to teach me a lesson in the middle of your family story?
As you dragged me off to that sad sack Irish play. That
You're still mad about that?
I'm still mad about that. Where I was
can't
just
keep
like,
up with your hidden grudges. They pop out of nowhere.
well, 30 years from now, I'll be like, I remember she took me to that daytime play, and we saw the Irish sad thing that I didn't get.
Play.
Are you going to go see Neverland?
I have
Next
to switch
week?
the tickets around because I'm going to be in New York on the weekend that I have them.
Oh, that's right, because you have weekend tickets.
Yeah.
Ours are next week. It's Neverland is the Pinocchio or pirate.
Those
Peter
are two
Pan.
very separate
Peter
stories.
Pan, Pinocchio. I don't know. It's some fucking thing I don't want to see. So here's the good news. I'm going to be on a nerd cruise.
Oh my God! Please make it end. I hope it goes down. That cruise takes all of you with it.
We're going to Mexico, but nowhere I've ever wanted to go in Mexico.
Where?
We're like Cabo and other places to buy
that sounds
sombrero
shitty. Wow.
and some fucking maracas. I want to see pyramids.
Yeah.
I want to see cool, like ancient Mexican, cool things.
I would wait till the government's a little safer before I would venture around to Mexico.
TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I am a little nervous about traveling internationally because they're checking people's papers domestically now.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
You have your papers. I know you have a crazy last name, but
Right, but look deeply into my Irish complexioned Armenian eyes, and I will sell you a rug. And so, yeah, they'll be like, "Ooh, Armenian eyes, keep her out." And like, we were the first Christian nation.
were you really?
Yeah, we were the first ones who said, if you aren't Christian, we're going to kill you as a people.
Oh, you were.
That's what a Christian nation means.
Totalitarian nation.
Yeah, well, you know how like they always say, oh, we're if there's a national religion,
Yeah.
it means that everyone who isn't that national religion is fakakted. So, so Armenia was the first country that was the national religion was Armenian, and so.
Christianity.
Was Armenian Christianity. And so we're very proud of it, even though all it means is, dicks.
So wait a minute. So you guys may have persecuted people before you were persecuted?
Not even May. Every
so
time I
turnabout's
do,
fair play is what I'm hearing from the Turks right now.
I think it was in between our persecution, we persecuted others. It was just like, oh, we get to now. Poke, 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 poke. And then, poke, poke, we're being poked. Poke, 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 we're being poked. I mean, it was just like, it's ridiculous. That was physical comedy, you guys, because it was a live show.
This never happens in the studio. I've never seen her move more in my life.
I've been working out, you guys. Yep. 62 episodes in, I don't worry about the silence anymore. Remember, like episode 30, we're like, it gets to be quiet. It gets to be. And Kyle and I are like, no, it's an audio program.
I did. Felicia Michaels has a show called Zero Fucks Left.
Oh yeah,
where it's a political show.
I was supposed to do that with you guys.
What happened?
Oh, I got money gig in Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay.
So sad. Too bad. Money gig in Santa Barbara.
You're just fucking a cocky asshole tonight.
Well,
look what this
are
crowd
going
does
well.
to you.
Exactly. I have a new floor.
But I
haven't had to mop my floor all week.
Oh man, it's a new floor attitude.
That's me.
New floor money, Jackie Cation.
So how was it? I actually was disappointed that I didn't get to do it.
It
looked
was
great.
cool. Like, I guess Felicia sent like a 4-paragraph email that I must have seen and went, "Oh, I can't read that."
Oh, too many paragraphs.
And I never read it, so I showed up slightly unprepared because there were instructions. But I think I did them pretty quick on the fly.
Okay.
And it was okay. But yeah.
Well, so you know
So
what?
it's a political discussion. You know, I'm
And
always
it's
like
panel, and it's not
it's
stand up.
panel,
I remember
but
that.
people do weasel in their jokes.
Right, you farm
and then
in
I'm
your
like,
jokes in panel.
come on, man. Don't cheat.
Right.
Don't
Does it
cheat
feel
at
like
set
that?
list either. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat at set list. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing something in Winnipeg, and they're like, it's the debaters, and we figured you'd be great for You Should Marry a Nerd because you have that one joke. And I was like, that's the one joke I've got. You're going to want more than that. So why don't you give me a new topic, and I'll write new jokes, and it won't be attached to that one.
How did
joke.
that conversation end?
The guy said that he found me admirable that I was willing to write new jokes. And I was like,
Canada
you know
is just a better nation than the United States.
I was like, well, you guys are adorable, and I do stand-up comedy. That's all I do is write jokes. Sometimes they aren't good, but I write them. Right? Why wouldn't I?
Well, you could easily say I'm a stand-up comic. All I do is not write jokes.
I
That would
met
also
guy.
describe
I met that guy.
sometimes years of my life.
Oh. Just going to the vault, wandering around.
No, I don't know.
Dusting
Just
things off.
sometimes when you're on the road, you have nothing to do. All of a sudden, you fill your day up with very important activities, none of which include improving your act or moving ahead professionally.
I've seen every episode of Bones. I've seen most of Castle.
How about Rizzoli and Isles?
You know, they don't do. You know what they were? Is I'm looking for like back-to-back USA shows. Is from 3 to
yeah.
6. They used to just do NCIS or Bones or Castle, and I was like, okay, all right, one more episode. And sometimes I'd watch 4 episodes in a row, and then just lie there.
That's 4 hours of your life.
Right, in between reading shitty novels and masturbating, that was my afternoon. I don't think you.
Oh, that was your road afternoon?
Yeah, that's my road afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you meant now.
Oh no! Now doesn't that sound awesome?
It actually
Sounds like
does.
the greatest life of it.
4 hours of Bones. That would be a great Wednesday afternoon.
Right.
Maybe
Then-
when we strike, that's when I'll do that.
exactly. You'll just bathe, go find a thing, and then
Let's take pause and listen to people enjoying a show in the next room. I heard gales of laughter from the Yoo-Hoo room.
that's the open
That's
mic.
the open mic. They're fucking killing in there. And us 2 old pros. Oh my God. Disappointed faces. How much have we done?
Where are we at?
Oh,
that's not
man.
bad.
That's
That's
like
not bad.
15 left because we started 4 late.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm worried about Peoria.
Why?
Because I haven't been. I featured for Maria like 6 years ago, and so I haven't been back. And
Yeah.
it's and Illinois is a blue state, but and I don't have that much political material.
Right.
But it's also, you know what's really pissing me off about Peoria is that
It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's
and,
perfect. You have one show to fuck around on Thursday, and then
Right.
you bring it.
Sometimes
Friday,
I don't mind
Saturday.
a Sunday. Sunday's casual day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want on a
That's true.
Sunday. It's like 30 people who
Cap
just showed
City
up.
and all of Rich Miller gigs will give you
Right.
a Sunday.
We'll give you a Sunday
Yeah.
or a weird Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Nick Swartzen showed up to the Comedy Works. I think it was the Comedy Works in Denver, which is used to be a Tuesday. Maybe it wasn't whatever. It was a Tuesday through Saturday, and he showed up in shorts, unshaven, on a Tuesday night, and the manager was like, "Hey, what the hell?" And he had his notebook, and
was he headlining?
and he was headlining,
Okay.
and he gets off stage, and the manager, he told me the story. He said the manager came up to him, he was like, "Hey, what the hell was that?" And he goes, "It's a Tuesday. Who gives a shit?" Which made me laugh out loud.
I have to say, I side with both of them.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
It's hard not to. That's it, exactly.
I mean,
I love that.
you know, people came, right?
Yeah.
They got a sitter. They didn't want to see you in fucking shorts with writing in your notebook, like Jackie's doing right now.
I enjoyed that. I had to write it down. Lori Kilmartin, you guys.
wait.
She's a yuck. That's great. Yucks me up.
Did I tell you on our 2-hour thing that I turned down that gig that the guy texted me? Did I talk about that on the podcast?
With the weird money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, you turned it down?
Yeah,
All you said was that you hadn't heard from him in 2 hours
right.
because you said, "Oh, I'm going to want more money for air." Right?
Did we talk about this before?
Yeah, we did.
All right.
Yeah. We talked about
We
it, right?
did? You guys just heard it this
It
morning?
might have been yeah. Well, then here's some closure for you. So you turned it down.
That situation still exists. Exactly.
Did you?
Hold on,
Oh,
let
did
me
you turn
cross
it down
that
and say
out.
I'm not doing it?
Yeah, and he said, well, okay. I said, well, we'll try to do it maybe when the airfares go down because I got the feeling the airfare.
Why don't you
stipend
text
wasn't
him
gonna
and tell him
change.
I'll take it?
Is that why you told me not to take it?
That's why. I'm always looking
Oh
to
my
pick up the
God!
work
I
that
can
you don't
never
want.
go to you for advice.
I'm so surprised he didn't text me and say, "Can you talk her into taking it?" Oh, that's funny.
And then when we left, I had forgotten to write down my gig at Flappers here.
Right.
And you said, I'm at Flappers at the end of March, and so are you.
Oh,
and I was
right.
like, what?
Right. It was super surprising.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was the weekend I was going to New York, the weekend of the 11th, but it's not.
it's not. So are you going to go to New York for a week or just a weekend?
I'm flying out on the 10th on a Friday night, and then
Okay.
I'm going to come back on a Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
And I'm just doing some spots there, and I'm hopefully will work on my book. I mean, I will. I have to.
Yeah.
Now I wake up in a panic, and I'm like, my name's on that thing. Like, I don't know. I wasn't. I knew I would get kind of worried focus of, oh my fucking God. I knew it would come soon because I feel so scattered, and now it's all starting to gel inside.
Right
me,
now, there's
that
really
fear.
a deadline.
Yeah, there really is a deadline
because it's looming.
and it's not ready, and I'm like, oh, I'll never do it. You know, I do sort of thrive on that sort of potential failure energy. But one day I will fail. Maybe this is it.
This might be it.
I've already
Or
had many
probably
failures,
not. No.
but you never know.
Yeah, you don't seem to
Sometimes
care
I'm like,
that-
oh, this is what makes it great. Is when you're panicked. But maybe not every time
No, I think you're setting yourself up
for failure. Thank you. Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
no. What I think is funny is that you don't care that your name is on this fucking thing. Boom! Huh? Been waiting for at least 40 seconds to say that. Yes.
Such restraint. Such restraint. Normally
I
you
let you
walk all
finish.
over all my jokes to get your one line in, and you held back. You
Look at
are
me.
maturing
I'm
as an
growing.
artist.
I'm growing as an artist.
Well, at least my name isn't first on this thing, Jackie and Lori.
I love
Why do you
that.
think I put you first and pretended it was alphabetical?
That is exactly why my name is first. Because there's been some people who are like, "How come your name's first? She has more followers on Twitter."
What?
Yeah, someone said that to me, and I was
Who
like,
said that to you?
"Just some
Me?
Yeah, it was you in that weird
I
email.
was mad at you.
Right? No, I don't know who it was. It was just some weird,
so dumb.
random comment, and I was like,
She has
Yeah, I
more
didn't-
box than you do.
"Right?
I don't even know what Twitter means anymore, the
I
followers.
can't imagine it means anything." Have we all moved on to Instagram or Snapchat?
No,
or?
I love that when people are on Instagram. I don't want to take my picture, and I don't want to be that type of person that's always posing for pictures. You know what I mean?
Right. I felt
But I
pretty
love
so-
Marcella Arguellos. I think she has the best comedy Twitter out there.
Her Snapchat is fantastic, quite honestly.
Yeah.
She's got somebody else working the camera sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her and DJ Khaled. Khaled? I forget. I love how he takes
Definitely
his,
go to me for that reference.
that and my 15-year-old nephew, who loves that guy's watches.
Yeah.
Fan love.
Who is there anyone that's that close, like to having their own watches? Maybe Kevin Hart, right?
Oh, comedy watch?
Yeah. That would be a great line
That
of
is
comedy
a great
watches. Oh my
comedy-
god!
Oh my God, the merch. The merch.
Yes.
Yeah.
For comedy watches for headliners
Yep.
or features, right?
Right.
Special watch that gives you can program it. I want it when I need have 8 minutes left, when I have 3 minutes left,
And it has
when I want to
voice memo on
pretend
it.
that I thought it was a 10-minute light when it was really a 15-minute light.
I ran the light last night
Yeah.
because in the middle of my set, again, didn't write a set list, and I went up UCB Sunset, and If You Build It, Kara Klenk, and
Yeah.
in the middle of my set, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to work on that Conan set. In the middle of my set.
You can do that at UCB Sunset. It's very casual there.
It was super casual. A lot of silence, a lot of polite staring. A lot of. I recorded it too. And here's the good news: deleted it immediately. What do
So you didn't. I tried all of your suggestions on video or audio,
yeah.
and none of them have been working to my satisfaction.
All right. Well, the journey continues then. You'll have to just listen to them without doing anything else but listen to them.
I know.
Which is that sounds like a nightmare. Quite honestly, it sounds like torture. Yeah, I stopped once I recorded the new album. I stopped recording my sets.
Yeah, you just want to unplug and not hear your voice.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know. I know that feeling. Heard this one's voice a little bit too much lately.
I know that you listen to these shows over and over, critiquing them, thinking, how can we make them better?
Wait a minute. Oh my God, we're coming
coming
to a
up on it.
close, right? How much have we done?
I mean, with the 5, you probably got 3-4 minutes left.
Oh my
3
God.
or 4 minutes left,
So
you
exciting.
guys. You guys you got any questions?
Was it a bad decision to come out tonight?
Does
I
Lori
feel-
have
I
any
feel terrible
questions?
for
Lori
you.
has some questions that she'd like to ask.
What?
You brought your CD.
Oh yeah. You know what? You have your cards. She has CD cards.
Yeah, I got a download.
And they cost
they
$10.
came, and they cost $10. I brought the new album, which comes out this Friday. But you can get it 4 days early if you want. If you have,
and if you do, I brought my 2009 CD, and you can have it for free if you buy Jackie's CD.
see, she says mean things, but then look how she does nice things. Look how she was raised.
It's not a good CD. Believe me, I didn't give you the gold, honey.
Oh my God! It's not a DVD of 45 jokes about my dead dad. That's not out on DVD yet, is it?
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. But people can still see it on CISO.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Amazon CISO, last name Kilmartin.
Here's the great thing about this download card that I did not know, but is clearly super obvious, is that it's a download card, so it's not on iTunes or Amazon. It's just on some sort of Dropbox. Like you put in the code and then you get the files, and if you hate Amazon and iTunes, you have won. You've done a reach around or an end around or I'm here all week. Fucking reach around joke. I'll be over there.
I know. So let's just pause for a second so you can
exhausting.
reflect on what you've done and the comic you've become.
Let's have a moment of silence for.
Well,
the
who
big
hates
reveal.
Amazon and what limited market are you talking to? People that hate Apple and Amazon.
No, they're two separate markets. You're right. But I got when just the iTunes link for pre-order came up, I got a bunch of weirdo magoos who were like, "Nope," and then I was like, "Oh, Amazon! Here's an Amazon link." And then other people, different people, were like, "Oh, didn't you read that book by that lady who worked in the Amazon warehouse?" And I was like, No, I've not read that book. I'm so sorry. And but I read an article about it. Does that count? And so they hate Amazon. And then there's a third bunch of people who would like a hard copy because they want to use it as a coaster.
Well, that's what mine's for.
Exactly. It'll be great. You guys could frame it. I think we're good.
Should we end on that turd?
We should do something. Are you
Definitely
doing sets
not
this
end
week?
on a laugh. What?
Are you got sets coming up this week? Just LA sets?
Yeah, but this will have dropped by the time I'm tired of promoting shows that already happened that people can't attend.
So just follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter.
And every day you'll say, guess what I'm doing?
I'll
More
be
stand-up
here
comedy.
March 24th and 25th. I'll be headlining
Right,
here.
and I'll be here the 17th and 18th.
And if I do more than 5 minutes from that 2009 CD, shoot me.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Right, that is deep in the vault, 2009. But there was probably a couple of good ones on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. All right. Bye.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.